lines written in early spring. Hmm.
Hmm.
William Wordsworth. So, before going through the text, one thing should be clear to you that this text is a romantic text. That means belong to the romantic era, right?
Okay.
William Wordsworth was a poet from romantic age, romantic era, and the text which was composed in romantic era has certain traits, has a few specific traits. So relation is most important. What kind of relation? Relation between man and nature,
Hmm.
and beauty of nature, and connection of human soul to nature. So this kind of relationship is very, very important for the romantic age to be denoted by such writings of William Wordsworth. Lines written in early spring, for an instance, for an example. So here you can see also the relation between human soul, human heart, and nature, and the poet is also sitting in the grove, right? Reclined. Whatever. So you see, I'm starting now, huh?
Hmm.
I heard 1,000 blended notes while in a grove I sat reclined, in that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. So, in the first stanza, the poet is found sitting in a grove and listening to the blended notes of the birds. Blended notes, that means various songs of the birds, right?
Hmm.
Yes. In that sweet mood when pleasant thoughts bring sad thoughts to the mind. That means now the poet is in sweet mood, right?
Hmm.
The poet is in pleasant condition, sitting in the grove listening to the blended notes of the birds. In this time, the poet's mind is interrupted to to have the joy, to have the happiness, because one thought is there into the poet's mind. That thought is actually interrupting the poet's happy thought to be displayed, right?
Hmm.
So I said, what is that thought? That thought is that man has been made of man. Whether man has been made of man or not, whether man has been made of emotion, humanity, hmm, or not, this is a question to the poet. That question is also asked to the readers by the poet, right?
Hmm.
So this thought is interrupting the poet's happy thought in the grove while having the joy of life during early spring, right?
Yes.
In the second stanza, you see, to her fair works did nature like the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. Yes, we have got now the question here, right? To her fair works did nature link the human soul that through me ran, and much it grieved my heart to think what man has made of man. So the poet is saying that nature and human soul is they are no different things,
Yeah.
they are actually united in a deep sense of gratitude. If you think of like this, because nature loves you, you should love nature in response. There is no difference between you and human soul. Between nature and human soul there is no difference.
Yes.
So nature's work is fair, good, right?
Yes.
And it also runs through the human soul. That means whatever is the human soul actually is the reflection of nature, right? Whatever is the human soul is the reflection of nature. That means you are being a human, a part of nature, right?
Yes.
This is why the human soul that through me ran. So I have human soul. I can realize what's the relation between me and nature, right? So nobody can deny the duty of nature towards man and the duty of man towards nature in response. But the poet has still grief. The poet's heart is grieving. The poet's heart is being grieved by the thought man has made of man. So, man has made of man. The poet is questioning, means the poet is emphasizing on the idea that man has not been made of humanity and emotion. Man is humanityless, man is emotionless, right?
Yes.
This is why man has not been made of humanity and emotion, which are the man's actual attribute as human being. So those attributes man does not deserve because of man's misconduct towards the nature. So when the poet is questioning, the poet has given suspense, right? So কবি প্রশ্ন করছে মানুষ কি মানুষ দিয়ে তৈরি? তার মানে কি বলতে চাইছেন মানুষের মধ্যে হিউম্যানিটি নেই, মানবতা নেই, প্যাশন, ইমোশন এসব নেই, তাই না? কোশ্চেন করা মানে কি? কোশ্চেন করা মানে কি? মুড অফ কোশ্চেন যেভাবে হয়েছে এর দ্বারা বোঝাই যাচ্ছে দ্য পোয়েট ইজ marking, the poet is leveling. Poet is leveling. কোথায় পোয়েট লেভেল দিচ্ছে, লেভেল লাগাচ্ছে কোথায়? মানুষের মনুষ্যত্বের উপরে। কিসের লেভেল দিচ্ছে? দ্য লেভেল অফ সাসপেন্স, তাই না?
হ্যাঁ।
Next, third stanza. Through primrose tufts in the sweet bower, the periwinkle trailed its wreaths, and it's my faith that every flower enjoys the air at its breaths. So, through the primrose tufts in that sweet bower, that means primrose is a kind of plants, right?
Yes.
And tufts means branches, right? So through the primrose tufts, that means through the branches of the primrose, in the sweet bower is created, sweet bower is made, right? So bower means shadow, right?
Yeah.
The periwinkle trailed its wreath. Periwinkle is a kind of little flowers. They are scattered like wreaths, like gardenals, right? So the way they have scattered, as if gardenal has been made in the sweet bower on the ground, right? And it is my faith that every flower enjoy the air at its breath. This is the poet's belief. According to the um, imagination, this is the poet's belief that in the sweet bower, every scattered periwinkle is having the air of entertainment freely, the air of joy freely, right? Next stanza. The birds around me hopped and played, their thoughts I cannot measure, but that least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. So the birds, being the natural ingredients, enjoying the nature, right? So the birds around the poet, jumping and playing, and so much delighted the birds. Such enjoyment is unmeasurable. The poet cannot measure their joy. How much joy they have been enjoying, the poet cannot measure, right?
Yes.
But the least motion which they made, it seemed a thrill of pleasure. So their entire their entire way of having life in entertainment, their entire way of entertaining the life in the nature was a kind of thrill of pleasure, right? Unspeakable thrill of pleasure. So the poet is so excited seeing the happy birds hopping and playing, right?
Hey.
In the second last stanza, you see the budding twigs spread out their fan to catch the breezy air, and I must think, do I all can, sorry, all I can, that there was pleasure there. So the budding twigs, the poet is now talking about the budding flowers, right? And they have their twigs which are spread out, which have spread out their fans, right? That means spread out their twigs like fans, and according to the poet's imagination, as if they are catching the breezy air. And I must think to do all I can. The poet is saying, I can do that. I can do whatever is being done by the budding twigs, by the budding flowers, right? Whatever is being done by the budding twigs, budding flowers, those can be done by me as well, right? If this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan, have I not reason to lament what man has made of man? That means if this is the belief that heaven has sent all this, and if such representation is the nature's sacred plan, nature's sacred um, nature's sacred plan, nature's sacred idea. So then, should I not lament what man has made of man? So, poet is questioning to the readers. The poet is casting question towards the readers. Have I not reason to lament? That means so much entertainment is here, so much joy is here. The nature is full of joy, the nature is full of ecstasy. So, should I not lament by thinking of whether man has been made of man, whether man has been made of humanity and compassion? By thinking of this, should I not lament? The poet is questioning to the readers. Clear. And also, the poet is saying it can be sent by heaven, it can be the nature's holy plan, nature's sacred plan, nature's perfect plan. Yet, should I not lament? Because man has no humanity. This is why I have been lamenting. This is why I am asking to lament. This is why I am lamenting, still being in an unspeakable pleasure of life in the nature. Clear? Clear? Are you there online?
Yes.
Okay, have you understood this text?
Yeah, understood. একটা পোর্শনে কোয়ারি আছে।
কোনটা বলো?
Uh, if this belief from heaven be sent, if such be nature's holy plan,
Hmm.
এটা
Explanation.
হ্যাঁ
If this belief from heaven be sent, that means whatever you are believing, right?
হুম
Whatever you are believing, whatever you are watching there, this is your belief, right? This is also a part of your belief. So everything is sent from heaven. Hmm. Understood? That
yes
means if you believe that everything, in terms of belief, has been sent, understood, from heaven by God, right? If such be nature's holy plan, or you think if this plan means the natural representation, the beauty of nature, the joy of nature, the excited nature there in terms of its beauty, this is also called the nature's plan. That means nature's creation, right? Clear?